So we have just seen inflection and derivation, and the other classification of words is compounding. That is to say, new words can be born when you compound, when you combine two elements. For example, chair plus man makes chairman, a word that is not used anymore. Chairperson is used nowadays. Girl plus friend, girlfriend, cookbook, guesswork, bluebird, flatfish, headlong, watertight, sorry. So how are we to know whether two words are genuinely a compound and not simply a sequence of two words? Three tests help to show this. The word will be spelt as a single word. This is one possibility. As a single word, what happened with living room, for example. Living room was two words. Now it has become only one, like goldfish, not two different words. It will be pronounced with one main stress. We don't say living room, we say living room. That is to say, it has only one stress, a stress pattern of only one stress. And it will have a meaning which cannot be determined from the individual parts. For example, if we've got living and room, we can't say that a living room is a living or a room. It is a living room. So that is why it is a new word. So this is what we have seen about morphology. That is to say, the classification of morphemes. So what we are going to do when we analyze sentences is precisely go into the classification of sentences, clauses, phrases, words, and I don't know if we are going to work much with morphemes, but up to these four layers of the rank are the ones we are mostly be working with. So what we are going to see now is syntax. Be patient, please, because I can't find it. Here. Okay. So when we go to when we are going to analyze sentences, what we are going to show in the sentence analysis is the role that a unit has, that is to say the function, and the category that the unit has, that is to say the morphological structure. So we are going to focus on syntax and morphology. So the first thing I want us to see is the classification of sentences. We can have different classifications of sentences according to meaning or according to the structure. First, we are going to see that according to the structure. According to the structure, we can have simple sentences that have only one subject and only one verb, finite verb. Then we are going to see what a finite verb is. So it can be a simple compound, that is to say, the man ran and Mary slept. So we've got two clauses, main clauses, linked by a coordinating conjunction. A complex sentence is one that has one or more subordinate clauses inside. So when I have a sentence, the sentence that we had The man that was dancing is my brother. That is a complex sentence. And a compound sentence, as I said before, I don't know what it is twice. Compound complex, sorry. A compound complex is precisely a sentence that is compound because it has two main clauses coordinated by a coordinating conjunction, and one or both or many of those clauses have a subordinate clause inside. So let's read this example that we've got here. He came yesterday, and as you were not in, he left his book for you, this book for you. So as you were not in, this is a subordinate clause. He left this book for you. So this is a classification of sentence according to the structure. And according to the meaning, we can have statements, that is to say affirmative or negative sentences. We can have questions, we can have exclamations, and we can have commands. So that is the way in which sentences are classified. So let's go back to the syntactic analysis. Then we are going to see the subject and the predicate. This is the big division that we've got in sentences, the subject and the predicate. For example, Mary is the subject, and what we say about the subject is the predicate. That's why it's called predicate, because it is what we predicate about the subject. But look at what we are going to show in the analysis. We are going to show whether it is the subject, for example, here, and we are going to show the morphological structure. In this case, it is a noun phrase. Now, what is the subject? Let's see. The subject is a function, and it is defined as the noun phrase that immediately precedes the verb. This is one of the definitions of the subject. That is to say, it is a structural definition, because it may also be defined as the doer of the action or as the experiencer of the verb. Yes, the doer of the action, he made a cake, is the doer of the action, and he felt bad is the experiencer of the verb. What categories maybe function as the subject we are going to see later, because first we need to see what a category is and what a function is.